This game was a fucking disaster. Now, don't get me wrong, the Grand Theft Auto series is great. I have played and beaten Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Albeit I had to go through a lot of controllers to get through each of them. But this latest installment in the Grand Theft Auto series, Grand Theft Auto 4, is a horrendous abomination. At least on the PC. Now, what's the most important aspect of any game? Well, being able to fucking play the goddamn thing. I spent a good 6 fucking hours just trying to get this goddamn thing to work. First of all, before you can even get this thing to play, you of course have to install it. However, that in itself is a huge fucking hassle because you are forced, yes, I said forced, to upgrade your computer to Windows XP Service Pack 3. If you own a Windows XP. But even if you don't own a Windows XP, you are still required to register for Rockstar Social Club at Windows Live for Games Network. Otherwise, you won't be able to activate the game. According to the box, these services are only required for multiplayer. They say this again when you're installing. So, let me see if I got this right. In order to play the game single player, various online accounts are needed to play the offline game. I don't want a Windows Live account, nor do I particularly want a Rockstar Social Club account either. Windows Live account is mandatory to enable the user to save their progress. Now, in order to do this, you need to first register and activate the game via the Rockstar Social Club network, and then link it to your Windows Live account. But guess what? The links don't work. Never in my many years of gaming have I come across such an idiotic and deal-breaking device before. All I want is to install the game and fucking play it. At its core, this GTA series has always been a single-player, story-based action-adventure game. Why is Rockstar pushing for this online multiplayer aspect? After a good 6 hours of trying to get this abomination to work, including unloading drivers and installing new ones and messing around with their preferences, I finally got this game to work. But the frame rate is truly awful. I could barely get 20 writes per second, and that dropped all the way to 8 when I was running around. So it was all pretty much pointless. This could probably be fixed with patches, but I'm not even going to bother with those. Probably lead to more trouble. If by some miracle you happen to get this piece of shit to work on your computer, you better have an Xbox 360 controller on hand, because the control screen for this game on the keyboard is a fucking nightmare. Aside from the poor frame rate, this game is also littered with bugs and has mixing textures. This gets so bad that it leaves the game completely unplayable. After fucking around with this piece of shit game, I did some research and found out that this game wasn't even ready for release. In spite of the problems, the game was rushed out the doors just in time for the Christmas season. I don't understand what the problem with this game. I can play Tomb Raider and The Sims 3 on my computer just fine without any problems. I've never said this about a producer before, but I can honestly say that I would never buy another Rockstar game again, nor anything that has games for Windows embezzled across the box.